Hi, Law. Well, we finally got up to the lore we actually wrote down. I still have to write scripts, though, because I felt it necessary to explain the technicalities and origins of the universe depicted in the lore. Hopefully, I won't have to write scripts next time, since we'll just be explaining characters. Today, we're explaining lore. Now, in the beginning, there was just kind of absolutely nothing. But there was this cool penguin called the Penguin who just kind of decided to start existing. Penguin got bored and just kind of casually started the entirety of existence and eternity in the form of the first realm called the memory. Don't don't get too attached to that realm. Eventually, with all this new everything just existing, two gods formed out of, well, everything again, man, I don't know. These two gods being the Bright Gnome and the Dark Gnome. The penguin got bored and decided to just start filling the memory with creatures that are 100% separate from any beloved blue hedgehogs. Yes, this part of the lore was due to one of my friend's obsessions. Now, one thing to understand at this point in the lore, roughly 5.2 billion years ago, the only real realm was the memory, that's the one with the anthropomorphic hedgehogs. No gods inhabited realms yet because they were all just kind of out chilling in the vacuous void of eternity. The Bright Gnome found this boring and as such created a new god. You know him, you love him, you're likely to have only heard of him twice. It's Dave the Magical Cheese Wizard. That guy. Let's see what he's been up to. Dave, fueled by the same love of creation as the Bright Gnome, immediately created six archangels, these being Ginger, Calico, Angora, and three unnamed archangel things. Don't get attached to the last four. With the help of the first three, Dave creates the cosmos, Angora making the moon and sky, Ginger and Calico making the stars, and Dave making the sun and clouds. Ginger realized, hey, look, the moon is like rotating around the sun. We could use that to measure like time and stuff. And Dave was like, oh yeah, that's smart, and made a star out of cheese, which he named Earth. Uh, yes, it's not our planet yet. After the moon and Earth made a full rotation, like 365 days later, the archangels were like, hey, it's been a year, let's go throw Dave a birthday or something. So Ginger made Dave a magic wand out of cheese. Calico made purple sheep out of the clouds and used their wool to make Dave a hat. And Angora, ha, Angora. He'd grown to dislike Dave and the others because he thought they were like just freaking showing off to him all the time. So he was like, hey, I'm just as powerful as all of you. Yeah, long story short, he tried to recreate the sun to show his power. It exploded in his paw, scorched his fur black, burnt his wings, and set the entire bottom of the sky on fire. Yeah, anyways, Dave and the Archangels used the ashes of Angora's wings to steal off the fire to create hell, and they renamed him Bombay, because Black Cat. In the explosion, ashes covered the star called Earth, forming the crust as Dave nurtured the first life on the planet in the form of these guys. So that was a pretty memorable first birthday, eh, Dave? Uh, this is canonically Earth now. It's cheese and fire and ashes. And Dave, grass, magic. I don't know, man. I swear I'm not a furry. I swear. I swear I don't even own warrior cats. I swear. I. Eh. The cats are my friend's idea. I swear. Remember the gnomes? Those guys? Yeah, they're still here. Roughly 2 billion years after the Bombay stuff, the Bright Gnome was just kind of partying with all the folks from the memory and the cosmos, which is our realm. Remember that. And the Dark Gnome was kind of inspired by Bombay's story, so he took a look at the Bright Gnome and instead of learning from Bombay's defeat, was all like, nah, I'd win, and just tried to overthrow his own brother, who literally has a pantheon and the creator god on his side. What could go wrong? But here's the thing, remember those unnamed archangels? Like, yeah, they're on the Dark Gnome's side now. But lo and behold, they still lost. Like, actually terribly. Dark Gnome got its eyes gouged out by the Bright Gnome and his pantheon. Two of the archangels, now called the Awoken, got skinned alive by Dave. And the last archangel, now called the Third Eye, got evaporated into a sentient skeleton by Ginger and Calico. For their crimes, they were banished into a newly formed realm, the Erebus. Remember that? The place where this guy's from? Yeah. In direct parallel, the Bright Gnome created a realm called the Ether. Remember that one? I don't know if I've actually mentioned it yet. Where he just kind of parties with all his buddies. The Penguin, to reward the Bright Gnome, made the Ether like stupid big and sealed all existing realms in bubbles, and then put them in the Ether, which is in another bubble. But then the Penguin just kind of goes peace out and leaves. I wonder what that's about. Well, did you get all that? Yeah, me neither. See you when time I'm out of time. Maybe. How magical.